So you talked a little bit about procrastination. Could you define procrastination for us and give some examples of how someone or how you've seen your patients engage in procrastination behaviors?
Sure. So in a nutshell, it's putting off to tomorrow what you should do today. It's letting your feelings of fear about how something is going to go get in the way of your actually approaching the situation. And that's really what I see so much in my practice. And in my own life from time to time. No one is immune. We have to keep on top of this. But, that a lot of times when we're avoiding a project or something, I'll say to a patient, what are you afraid of? What do you think is going to happen? I don't know. I just, what do you think is going to be the hardest part? I don't know. There's sort of this paralysis. They get frozen with fear about it. But one of the strategies that is very low-tech and simple that I suggest is don't be shy with the project that you have, in front of you. Take a look. Go and see what it is that you have to do. You're not committing to working on it, but just go, open that letter that you've been afraid to open, or that email that you've been, or, peek into your kitchen. Are the stack of dishes really as high as you're thinking? Because often when we look, we see that the situation is more manageable, that we are capable, fully capable of handling it. And most times we are going to do that eventually anyway. Why not save ourselves the anguish of that sort of last minute, deadline and really get the job done well?
Why do we procrastinate? What brings us to this place? Are we self-defeating? Are we anxious? Why do we engage in these behaviors?
I think of the real challenge with procrastination is about transitions. That procrastination is really what fills in the blank when we have to start something new. We're not adjusted to that situation yet. We're sort of, I think of it as, jumping in a cold swimming pool. How does it feel? Not good at first. But if we hang in, what happens? We adjust, we warm up, it feels good. So we sort of have to have that same mindset about starting something, that maybe it's not going to feel good at first, or it's not going to feel great at first. Don't have that expectation, because when we expect that, if I'm going to do a good job on this, I should be able to do a good job right away.
Right.
And then when that doesn't happen, because when you're faced with that proverbial blank piece of paper or blank screen to start something, it doesn't feel great at first. But that's normal. It's not a sign of your failure or inadequacy. It's just the sign of a beginning. And so I think if we can hang in and think of each transition as needing to trust that we'll adjust, stay in the water, hang in there, then we may be able to ride out that initial discomfort and get engaged in what we're working on.